Business communication. In this video, I'm going to be speaking about three aspects of business communication and communication itself. The first one is the face-to-face skills, the aspects and how important it is. Second, the formal and informal communication. And third, the obstacles to effective communication at work. Face-to-face communication. What is it? It's communication between two or more people by direct contact. Now, is face-to-face communication important? Well, of course it is. It helps people to express their feelings and ideas much better. It helps them to realize easily if the person they're speaking with is sincere or not through their manner. And you can get response immediately, that too, without misunderstanding. Now, for example, say you send a text message to a friend of yours who always has their phone on handy and responded to almost anything and everything right away. So you send them a text message, you wait an hour, 2 hours, and not in 1 hour, 2 hours. The person didn't reply for the past 2 days. Now, you might misunderstand, maybe the person is angry with you or doesn't want to speak with you or doesn't care about, responding back to you anymore. Now, the fact could be that the person actually ended up losing their phone, the battery has been dead, or something else. The person is not angry with you, but you as the sender might just end up believing that the person who always responds to anything and everything right away is not interested in responding to you. So in that case, face-to-face communication is much, much better because you can get response immediately, and that too without misunderstanding. Next, face-to-face communication. Now, in face-to-face communication, of the 100%, only 7% is the words that you choose to say. Of the 100%, 38% is the tone, the variation of tone, your pitch, your pace, your stress, your pause, etc. And of that, 55% is the nonverbal communication. Of the nonverbal communication, the first thing could be your body language. Whether you have an eye contact or not, whether you're confident or not, that's what it'll determine. Your gesture, your body shape, your posture, your appearance, your facial expressions. You're surprised, you're angry, you're happy, you're determined, you're sad, you're fearful of something, you're interested in something, or either you can be upset. Your gesture. You yawn, meaning you're bored. You're shaking your fist, oh, I'm angry. Your clapping of hands, I approve. Placing first finger on lips, shh, be silent. Next, the obstacles to effective communication at work. Well, the first and the most common barrier that does take place at workplace is the perceptual barrier. It is a difference in opinion between two people, and since people have a variation of opinions about different things, it could bring in a barrier for them when communicating. One tries to take over the other while they want to get their point across or their opinion across. Other obstacles would be ego involvement. You let the worst of you to take the better of you. And the physical barriers. Other obstacles to effective communication would be such as competition. Since the market now, any job, anywhere you go, it is competition. It's competitive. So competition for power, status, and rewards. So the competition can bring in a barrier between the colleagues to end up actually fighting with each other. Not that they were physically fighting, they would end up having a fight with each other, or a communicational fight. That is, lack of communication skills. Another obstacles would be such as lack of trust between management and employees. Or there could be a close communication climate, not much of a communication happening in a workplace. Next, two very important communication styles that take place in the world, be it work or the actual social life of yours is formal and informal communication. Now, formal communication is actually communication efforts that are dressed up to fit customary rules and ceremonies. It usually takes place in workplace or with people whom we don't know. We usually communicate formally. There's 3 types of formal communications. There's downward, which flows from management down to the subordinates. There's upward, which flows from the employees to the upper level management. And there's a horizontal, which flows across peers within the group or organization. Next type of communication is informal communication, which is a form of communication which is typically used in personal conversation. It's a casual exchange that doesn't conform to all the rules of formal communication. It's information sharing typically used in a personal conversation that you would have with your friends or family members. It's like saying "hey" instead of "hello." Or it's more like writing to a friend or a family member and talking about personal things. Well, that would be all. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, do write them at the bottom of it. I will respond to them immediately. Okay, take care.